Welcome to the Big Biz Show. Taking care of business. You want fast-talking, hard-hitting discussions on business and finance? Maybe with a barroom slant and some really salty peanuts? We're not counting calories. We're counting cash. Before we get to the man with the financial plan, meet the money team. Costa, Mary, now Captain Finance himself, Sully.
Wherever you're watching, wherever you are listening, we welcome you to another episode of the Big Biz Show. We are live in sunny Southern California. Inside the
I have notes.
100
I've got notes. I've got notes.
Excuse me, sir.
I've got notes.
Excuse me.
I've got notes.
If this is my
I
turn
just
to
wanted
talk.
to say a big ol' howdy to you.
No.
Oh,
Okay,
you said it. It's because our audience is
Like a boss.
Can we give it up for our audience?
Come on.
Yeah.
Can I tell you why? The band Sullivan, we just got back from tour from Nashville.
I'm aware.
Did they say it there?
You know where they say it there?
What do they say
Where they
there?
don't say a big ol' howdy to you, it's San Diego. They say, bro. But in St. Louis, they say, more ribs. But a
of
big ol'
course.
howdy. It's not really howdy to you, but it kind of is. It's getting close to howdy to
They
you.
also say deep fried ravioli.
They also
St.
say
Louis.
smoked bologna with cheddar cheese and jalapeno, which is your blood type.
God, I love it.
Have that.
So anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Continue. Here,
No,
hold
no,
on.
no.
No, good. That's your thing.
It's a day trader
Live
trio.
in the zip, it is,
Blah, 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 blah.
And the thing is,
Self-taught, no lessons.
This is what we like to say around here. We're all up in your biz.
a big old, did I remove your will to live?
No, it's okay.
Like every day, the one thing he has to do.
Every day I go home, my will to live is.
Are you shrinking because?
I am.
Are you shrinking because you're deathly ill, or are
Maybe.
you GLP-1 too?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Come on.
He's
Jim.
lifting weights.
Gym and just.
Jim, where's the gym? Like when you get out, when you head to like a hotel on vacation, like, where's the gym? When you walk by the pool.
Where's your executive?
Like when you're a little bit
workout
puffy and
facility?
clearly you haven't been to the gym in a while.
Yeah.
Where's the gym?
I was up in Sonoma the last week.
You know what they have in Sonoma?
What?
Sonoma coma.
Oh, that's right.
If you know what I mean.
I mean, allegedly.
What's in Sonoma?
Wine and stuff, you know.
Is there a gym?
The place we
Did you
stayed.
find a gym on a winery
First
tour?
thing I asked was,
That
where's
is-
the gym?
You said, where's the gym?
Yeah.
That is
Can
not.
I say this? How many times have you gone on vacation? Oh yeah, we get up there, we work out, have a nice, enjoy the outside.
I actually did.
First, I'm hungover.
Right.
I'm not working out.
You're right.
I'm having biscuits and gravy and then maybe another nap.
Yes.
Before I go,
Did all that, but I actually got a workout in.
very good.
I did that too.
Big hello to the Day Trader Trio. What's up, guys? Give me some. Give me some.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You should see the pictures of us in playing on tour with Goldfinger.
Okay, whatever the one is where I think Devin took it, and it's you guys on stage facing the camera, and then
With
the massive
50,000
arena,
people?
Yeah.
the massive arena behind you.
pretty
Maybe the best photo I've
James
seen.
and I were shaking like Don Knotts. Like, what is going on here? But it was fantastic.
It was awesome.
Can we bring on our analyst, Howie Font from
Sure
New York
can.
City? What's up, buddy? Where are you? There he goes. Howard! So, normally it's a balmy, 33 when you talk to him? Dude, did that storm catch you guys? Are you snowed in? Or you?
It's about 19 here now.
It's
And
19.
It feels like it. Yep.
Which is the same age he was when he ran for city council. If you put like a 6-pack outside, it's like a 5-minute deal.
A 5 minute? No. It's done. It's already done.
Ice cubes.
You had the idea, and it's frozen solid. Also, you can't open it.
Hey, let's talk about tax season.
Yeah.
IRS opened the 2026 tax season. Okay. For most businesses, April 15th is not the tax filing day. It's the day you file your extension to October.
So true.
But they officially opened this thing up on January 26th. So talk about some of the changes. Are we getting more refunds back? Are we getting more tax benefits? Because we have a 71,000-page tax code, which is supposed to be progressive. You talk about big companies not paying taxes. It's the same way. The reason you write off stuff. It's tax avoidance, not tax evasion. So they use that tax code to their benefit, to where I'm writing everything off. And next thing you know, you're the progressive tax code.
I want to know if I'm getting money back.
But isn't that
much?
isn't that a problem for you? Because if you're getting money back, it means they're getting an interest-free loan from you for a year.
Yes.
That's crap. All right, Howie, the black helicopters are outside.
Yes. So you're absolutely right. Those are the rules of the game. That's how we do taxes in this country. We don't expect the bill to be sent to us. We write the bill, and we hope we don't get audited and make sure we didn't do it incorrectly. That's our system. So such as it is, the expectations are actually good this year. We're gonna see, an average refund for a family go from $3,000 to $3,800, which is gonna hopefully spur the economy, put more money.
That's shoe money.
Maybe.
So if you think about the median income for a family of four in this country, what is it, about $56,000? Something like that. I mean, in other cities, like in San Diego, of course, it's larger. But the median income, there's incomes below.
Yeah, it's mid 60s.
Okay, so you're getting $3,000 back on a $60,000 income gross. Okay, does that seem like it's going to make a dent in anything, or is that Christmas money?
Yeah, I mean, it's incremental spending, right? Do people use it to pay down debt? Do they use it to, invest? Do they? I mean, we're going to see kind of one-stop, quick hit kind of spending. So we might see credit card rate utilization go down, or we might see a boost in restaurant activity. But it's just going to be a quick hit. That's what normally happens when you do a kind of tax stimulus like this of this size. It's a blip in the curve, but it's new information, so it's kind of interesting to see. I mean, there's a lot.
Wait, hold on. So, when you say that, my question is, how does the one big beautiful bill affect this, if anything?
Yeah. So most people use the standard deduction. That's going up.
Which, by the way, can you believe? I can't believe this. Standard deduction for individuals is $15,750. If you're married, it's $31,000. Am I right? Did I read that right?
I mean, for most people, it makes sense. They're pushing you. That's how you simplify the tax code to your kind of idealistic flat tax system, Sully. That's how we jury rig it in our current system, is you push the standard deduction so high that you're not gaming the system.
Okay, so wait a second. So let's explain that. My philosophy is this. We have a 71,000 page tax code, which is very complicated, and people and corporations legally use it to avoid paying other taxes because of the write-offs. It appears that McDonald's isn't paying taxes. Well, guess what? 85% of the taxes are paid by 3% of the population. If we abolish the IRS and I'm serious, if we go to a fair tax system, it means that you're doing a consumption tax. Now, think of sales tax. That's a consumption tax. And instead of 5%, let's call it 20%. You're paying 20% more for everything, but guess what? You're done. You don't have to pay any more tax at the end of the year. You can write off your mortgage. You can write off your charitable deductions. But the problem is 20% for people making under 50,000 is a lot harder than 20% for people making over 50,000. Do you trust the IRS?
That's a loaded question.
Well, you're.
I'm going to say, yeah, I'm a law-abiding, tax-paying.
Do you take all your deductions?
Tax-paying citizen.
Do you try to take all your deductions? I mean, you're right now.
Well, I have some good news for Mary.
Yes, tell me.
Trump 1.0, one of the ways that they paid for the tax bill in 2017 was they made it so you couldn't deduct your local and state taxes. The SALT deduction went away. It was capped.
Is that coming back?
That hurt a lot of people. Now you're allowed to deduct up to $40,000 in state and local taxes, which in California means your taxes will probably go down more than most people's.
That's a chunk of change.
That's good news, Howie.
Howie, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I understand that. I mean, this is a complicated issue. At the same time, I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist. I think that if you did a flat tax or a fair tax, you'd collect more money. Wouldn't you like to put your stuff on a 3x5 card? I mean, say I paid this much?
Yeah. I'd like it to be easier than it is so I don't have to pay someone to do it.
All right, we have a loaded show coming your way, just like a loaded baked potato.
We got a live audience.
Big Biz Show rolls on live from the Loft 100 studios here in sunny Southern California. Very, very special day. A great live audience, i.e. the future of America is here with us today. Day trader trio, best in the business.
They're not the future of America.
They are America.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, no, you're right. They are not.
This is the future of America.
This is awesome. Excuse me. He is awesome.
I got to tell you. So I meet this entrepreneur because he's younger. Lavell Juan Malloy II was the CEO of a publicly traded company called the Bragg House. Stock symbol TBH. I have probably been involved in 75 public companies, $650 million in capital formation. And I'm on my heels when I talk to you because of what you're doing and how you did it. And I'm going to say this first. You guys, Dan always says, you guys want a roadmap to get there. he's about to give you one because he found a group, like Steve Forbes always said, find it, eat, and fill it. He found an affinity group. And he said, what am I going to sell to these people? And the group was gamers, right? Take it from there.
Well, it's really exciting. Thank you guys for all here. So, I mean, what I tried to do actually, and I was actually talking to one of your colleagues, I just tried to give something that I felt like I didn't see in other places. I took community. You know, people a lot of use that word, but I don't feel like people really know what that word means. So it's like, you know, there are people who like to play games. You know, we were just talking about Apex. The people who like to watch games. The people who have friends who make games. The people who like to build games. But there's so many different people there, and at that same time, they just want to connect and find other people.
But Lavell, what you basically did was, I found a customer base that's all in one place. They happen to play, I mean, it could be senior citizens.
It's true.
It could be people that knit cat sweaters. You found a gaming community, and that's a community, but really is, you know, if I could sell somebody something to that affinity group, that's a big deal. So what was the tip of the spear for you to go from, okay, there's a group, what am I going to offer them?
Well, it was really, I kind of took, you know, you mentioned things that were kind of important to me. So I play sports. I'm a lawyer by trade, and I love video games. And I played video games, and, you know, they stopped making some of the video games that I liked, and I felt like that they weren't really connecting to people.
Like Pong, for example.
I played a lot of sports games, and I wanted to play, like, you know, be a part of my school. I went to University of Texas, and I wanted to, you know, I played sports there, so I was, like, really excited.
Welcome! Right.
I do it all the time. And then they stopped because of, like, the likeness image thing, and they couldn't pay people anymore. And I watched, and I said, and I guess you guys were having this conversation, I saw all these brands and people and older people saying, hey, let's connect to these people. Let's give them advertisement. But nobody was trying to meet you guys where you were.
So you were the on-ramp. You tried the on-ramp.
And that's what I did. I just tried to create something. I was like, hey, you know what? Because think about it. I mean, who wants to, if someone can give you what you want, is that not interesting to you? But if someone just shows you stuff and says, you want all of this, you're going to pass by it.
God, you know what's interesting is when we grew up, yes, you just tell us what we want. And we just, These guys are more sophisticated. I mean,
very sophisticated.
They've got a gift of discernment. Yeah. What did you decide to offer? Like, what was like? What's the business? Okay, so you're the on ramp.
Yeah.
Here's the community. What were you pitching?
It's a couple of things. One, it's a place where people can play. One, it's a place where people can watch and engage with other people. And then based on engagement, there are a lot of different things of value that you can get. So you can, you know, win things. You can, you know, you can achieve things from the store. So honestly, it's whatever brands, and now the brands are all behind us. You know, from
talk
food,
about some of those
clothing. So McDonald's and Coca-Cola were the first.
Heard of them?
Yeah, where's our French fries? I think you were supposed to.
McDonald's and
So
Coca-Cola.
I haven't even got any.
Lavell, if I'm a marketing VP for McDonald's, you have just served me a giant segment of the audience right in one place to carpet bomb with delicious fries and Big Macs. I mean, was that their reaction when, as far as adoptability, when you came and pitched that?
It was funny because they, again, and I'll be very honest, they were like, "This is amazing," and then I was like,
"Why didn't we think of it?"
They said, "How did you do this?" And I said, "Well, did you ask them what they wanted?" And nobody did that. So again, the entire thing it's a lot more, you know, it's a lot more sophisticated than that. But essentially, that's what it is. So you have you have what you want, and then, you know, if I gave you what you want, you saw this, you're playing Apex, and I'm talking to you because I remember we were talking about that. Would you not want to tell me, hey, you know what? I like this type of clothing.
The premise is you're meeting them where they are.
Exactly.
And then you're making them the hero of the story that you're sharing with them.
Exactly.
And it's so simple that, of course, they're not going to be skeptical. Of course, they're going to say to you, as Derek just did, hey, that's
trust
what
you.
you heard me. You heard me. You saw me. You heard me. You celebrated me. Amen. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys also were talking about trust. I was listening in the control room. Really cool. And, you know, I wanted to ask, you know, like, would you trust, you know, your best friend if they said, oh, try this game out? That's what most people would do.
It's a solid yes. Would you trust if I said it?
And so it's like you put this like social currency there where I'm like, hey, you know, my friend is on this, we're doing this and stuff. Again, it's not complicated. It's just putting the attention to actually do it and listening.
Hey, Lavell, Dan and Lavell, is there an us versus them mentality? Because from us, from my perspective, I'm just trying to figure out how to use email and not a race car.
I don't think they want one. And I do think it's all simple, but it's not easy.
No.
Someone taught me that.
They don't want.
I think they want to connect. And I think
you guys want to connect?
That's a huge
I mean,
point.
they're
I was actually going to ask that question, and I was hoping I'd get that answer, but that's a huge point.
Well, that's only my opinion. I see it in the classroom every day. I see it in the world when we're coaching them in businesses. They want to have human contact.
Yeah.
Well, and Lavell, you've created an on-ramp for that, but it's also a profitable on-ramp. Can I ask you, just now that you're a startup and you're public traded, when you first started, you came up with a cap table and you figured out how much your use of funds, how much money you're going to have to raise, and so on.
Yes.
How much in legal fees did you first project? And because, and I'm going to say, look, I run a venture fund, and I can tell you what's really interesting is when people are trying to raise money and they don't realize, oh, we're going to raise like $1.5 million, bro. You're going to spend $500,000 in legal fees at some. Is that something that people don't understand? It's not necessarily antagonistic, but it's something. It's necessary, right? Legal fees are a real issue, and business law is a real issue when you start. Talk about that for a second.
I think that completely that was underestimated, and also I will say the biggest thing that helped me was the things I learned from being a lawyer.
Yeah.
Contracts.
Yeah.
Corporations. Issues, analytical thinking about things. Were the biggest things that actually helped me. So,
do you remember Iraq from law school?
I do.
It's how I started. That's the principle of this year is if I could just teach them that, they'll win.
Yeah.
Spot issues, understand the rules, analyze, and make a conclusion.
I think that's exactly right. The analytical reasoning has been probably the single best thing that's helped me be a public
I was going to say, I didn't love being a lawyer 7 years, but I loved what I learned being a lawyer.
Yeah.
But isn't law school and sitting for the bar and lawyering 3 different things, really, if you think about it?
At least.
I mean, honestly.
I would say so.
I went to law school. I remember saying, this has nothing to do with those guys. I never liked you, Your Honor. I mean, honestly, it's interesting because I think you're right, it's the mindset, it's how you think. It's the analytics and how you're approaching a decision, right? It's not necessarily, guys, for me it wasn't, not trusting the other side. It's just buttoning it up so that, Look, I think it's also learning to ask the right questions. So all the skepticism goes away when you're confident enough to ask the right questions and feel good about your decisions. And you're giving that to them in a business because you're meeting them where they are. You're setting that environment.
That's exactly
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
So when we come back, you're going to talk about your revenue funnels, business model.
Yeah.
And I want to hear from you guys, like what questions do you guys have as far as, okay, what's the first thing you did? I mean, because I love the fact that you guys want a roadmap because I think that way too.
I want to hear bragging comes into play.
Lavell Juan Malloy II, CEO, co-founder, Bragg House, ticker symbol TBH. Much more to come with the Texas Great right after this. Don't go anywhere. We are live inside the Lock 100 studios. Glad everybody's along for the ride. That is the Day Trader Trio. And as we like to say, Mary, no lessons, self-taught, best in the business.
Best.
Just enjoy their talent right there. Back here at the bar, it is Costa, it is Mary Godwin, and it is Sully.
Dan Negroni's here, one of my close friends who has changed my life in many ways. I'm very serious about that, but he's also Chief Launchbox Officer. I remember when you were Chief Counsel for companies here in San Diego and you decided I want to do something more. And of course, Dan is the CEO, coach, consultant, Chief Launch Officer for, is it called Launchbox 360 anymore?
Yeah, Launchbox 365 and a book.
And Dan,
where's my book?
Yeah, where's the book? He can't work on these.
Right back.
I love when the guest says, "Hey, where's the book?" we got the yeah. Can we get the book out here? Your first book, Chasing Relevance.
Yes.
Which I would encourage everyone to read it because it's one of those books where 7 years ago you said what was going to happen.
God, it's almost 10 years ago, but I'm not dating us.
Hey, listen, that is the new 80. I said, you said in the next 5 years, 75% of your customers and 75% of your workforce are going to be millennial. Well, that millennial thing left the train station. Yeah. And then we became...
now we have Gen Z.
That's right.
So, and it was so interesting, Dan, because nobody on the keynote speaking circuit, no author was actually attacking the fact that, look, we've got a big paradigm shift going on here, and we should talk about it. You've taken that forward to going from, okay, this is a new normal, but now we have to actually help these people and
these people.
You people. Well, be relatable. Listen, I'm to the point now where I'm the one sending the email. We got to scroll down to China and it says, hang in there meme. and my kids are helping with it. I mean, the point is, I am really, really encouraged about the future. I wasn't so encouraged maybe during millennial times, but these kids are changing the deal where it's
I think you said that last time we had them here.
Yeah.
You were like, wow, impressive.
They are impressive.
They are impressive, yes.
I've got a 285-month-old that I live with in my house, my son, but I'm just amazed at how fast and how quickly they pick stuff up. That to me is so
Can I ask you guys are college students from Cal State San Marcos?
Yes.
Professor Dan Negroni, business law class.
Yes.
Do we seem like old crusties to you? No, honestly, no, seriously.
Come on.
Is there,
he's being honest.
Is there a divide between, like if you came to work for me as a, defraculator consultant, is there really, is there this sort of invisible sort of divide? We're the crusties and you guys are coming up and we just get out of my way and hashtag stop helping?
Who wants to talk? Anyone?
Do you believe in that? Do you think that that I'm not saying we're obsolete, but do you think that there's a difference between you and me in terms of what we think?
Yeah.
Here.
See, I love this.
Derek.
Do you know what I think the difference is? You guys are way smarter.
There's a big difference in the way we think, because we think technology and future and everything. I feel like you guys think more old school, more hands-on.
Paper and pen?
Yes.
Hold on, sorry. Hang on, my pager's going off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Whiteboard,
You
dry erase
embrace
marker.
the technology, whereas we're a little fearful of it because we don't know how well it works, but it's all you've known, and you're like, let's go. This is the way it is.
Does it entertain you when we try to act like we know technology?
Yes. We find it super funny, honestly.
Hey, I got this.
It's like a little kid trying new technology. Yeah.
I'm
barely learning it.
I want to know why the little girl that depended on me her whole life, who now I have to call and ask, hey, I think I erased my trash bin. What do I do, hon? I mean, are you guys just, when did you pick up your first screen, you think?
Can you repeat that again?
Your first screen, your first, like...
when I was, I believe, in 5th grade, I had my first phone. It was like the iPhone SE, a little small one. And then after that, through the years, everybody started getting a phone, and then that was the new meta. And now everybody has a phone. The new
meta. Yeah. I'm stealing that. It's one last question for you. If you didn't have your phone and you had to do a report on the American Civil War and you had a bookcase full of books and you went to and there's a book on it,
would you give up?
Would you ask Mike to write it for you?
I'll take the F.
Do you think you could, because we did a pretty complete job of telling our history back then. It took us longer.
Yeah.
But do you think that you could work under those conditions at this point?
Yes and no. The reason is because nowadays I believe our generation, we get so bored so easily in like one topic, and so for a book for us it's very hard. We'd rather read like on a computer where they can assist us, or it could be an audio book and stuff like that. So yeah, it would be hard.
Is it about efficiency?
Yes, ma'am.
See, I feel like I'm one of the the college kids. Oh, yeah. I'm one of them.
How hard is it right now not to sit and look at your phone and have to stare at us and listen?
Well,
is it just agony?
How hard is it to have to stare at us? I think it's
that's a given, but is it hard not to go and look?
They've already been doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, they have?
I do it.
How
even
dare you?
I
do it all the time too.
Yeah.
Dan, what's the purpose? What's the focus this year on business law?
Well, we're going to learn every different topic of business law, from criminal to torts to property to contract, to what law is, where it comes from, to ethical behavior. Right, that's going to be a hot one, I'm sure. To
the one thing I know about the law,
intellectual property.
If you guys had to enter into a contract, let's say you're going to hire somebody to do something for you. Are you skeptical going in? Because our generation turned into trust but verify. I kind of feel like this generation is hold on, step down, because I'm ready, shoot, aim. I believe this is a ready, aim, shoot. Are you guys? Do you trust basically the process of business?
Gunnar, you want to answer that? You're shaking your head.
Come on, Gun.
I mean, do you understand my question? Like, if you and I had to do a contract, and you like me anyway, and you've done your reference check, you're not just going to trust me anyway. I mean, you're going to cross your I's and dot your T's, right?
Well, I feel like the biggest thing is because we're young and stuff like that. So people are like, oh, we could take advantage of these kids because they don't know what they're talking about. Hopefully they'll just sign their name on the paper and then, then.
But do you think there's a nascent sort of attitude that
skepticism
we want to
Yeah, because I mean, before you sign a contract, like you don't not say you don't know what it is, but if you read it and you understand it, like you could be signing up to anything, right?
Right.
So I feel like it's just very important to like, okay, like is this for sure I want to do this? Like, am I 100% on that? I'm not sure just by our age, but like I think it's just like taking advantage.
I feel it's like this. Like when you go to a restaurant, the waiter for me starts off at 20%.
Yeah.
Then he loses it from there. I feel like they look at a contract.
I think it's a trust thing.
Yeah, right.
There are two things. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys and gals. It is trusting yourself to make sure that you make the right decision. I see a lot of heads. And trusting the other people that have pretty much let you down, or you look at it and you say, really, WTF? I mean, that's what it's about.
So how do you get to trust them? Because, I was going to ask, like, how much do you, because now you have the internet, you have reviews, you have different things, so, and ChatGPT or whatever. So do you go to those places to research?
Because I'm not that Sully. That's the other Sully. Just like.
I mean, I never really signed a contract or anything like that.
But let's say that you're going to sign a contract with me.
Okay.
To let's say you're going to sign a contract with me to remodel your apartment.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to put in a sauna, maybe a pole, a fridge, and you're trusting me to spend. Let's say it's going to cost you $3,000.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. How do you make that decision that I'm the right guy and that?
Well, so like first I would search like up who you are, right? I would see like your previous, like, oh, does this guy actually renovate apartments, or is he just like some guy with money that just wants to do what he wants, right? So if I see like some some actual like, okay, like he actually knows what he's doing and I trust it, just using the Google's like.
So you conduct due diligence.
Yeah. Pretty much, and then I'll be like, okay, I mean, like, screw it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The entrepreneurial spirit. Because I fear that because you guys have been hammered. I mean, you've been screwed economically the last few years. I sort of feel like I hope people understand that risk is intrinsic to success. You've got to take a risk to have something happen. I hope that we're not paying.
For sure.
All right, Big Biz Show.
About that.
85 million TV home strong. We are on American Forces Network. We're on BizTV. We're on.
Lots more to come. Don't go anywhere. Loft 100 Studios, The Big Biz Show, and our affiliates and our hosts are not registered investment advisors or broker-dealers.
Our show hosts make no commitment that the purchase of securities of companies profiled or otherwise mentioned in our programming
are suitable or advisable for any person, or that an investment in such securities will be profitable in general.
Given the nature of the company's profile and the lack of an active trading market for the securities, investing is highly speculative and carries a certain high degree of risk.
We profile selected publicly traded and privately held companies on our program.
Most of these companies that we profile have provided compensation to Loft 100 Studios and its hosts for the profile coverage.
From time to time, we sell shares of the companies profiled in the open market that we receive as compensation for coverage of client companies.
But never sell stocks if we are speaking about interviewing or covering a public company who has paid compensation.
Specific questions on compensation can be obtained by contacting producer@sullyantgroup.com.
Listeners should verify all claims and do their own due diligence before investing in any securities mentioned on this program.
Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk.
We encourage our investors to invest carefully and read the investor information available at the websites on the
Securities and Exchange Commission at sec.gov and or the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, at www.finra.org.
I like it.
Hey, is that a rescue plane?
It is the Big Biz Show. Hey. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, we're in Southern California inside the Loft 100 Studios. Always fun when we have a live studio audience. Always fun when we have the Day Trader Trio along for the ride, which is every single show. No lessons, self-taught, best in the business.
My God, man.
They actually practice when their mom and dad said practice. Back here at the bars, Costa, it's Mayor Godwin, it is Sully.
You know what? Do you know why Mike appreciates the man so much? Because he's trying to master Recorder Hero 3.
I just finished Falling Leaves.
Did you ever?
Did you guys have to do their recorder? Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, Guitar Hero drummer.
It's still a thing.
We created Recorder Hero. It's like hurt, wait. Lavell Juan Malloy II is the CEO and co-founder of a company called The Brag House, stock symbol TBH, brag on. And we've kind of, I wanted you because, first of all, you're one of the most impressive people I know, seriously. I love the fact that as impressive as a business is simplicity, that we're demonstrating that, look, there's a couple rules here that you followed, and all of a sudden now we have this community, aka customer base, and now we're going to find out how else can we serve that community by asking them what they want.
Yeah.
For you, now that you see this active community in front of you, what questions do you have, or what do you want to get across to them? And by the way, if there's other questions here, I want to hear them.
some questions.
Yeah, I think someone had some questions.
Tori had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your name?
Tori.
Tori.
So, what drove you to turn your concept of Brag House into a reality, and what made you different from, say, any of us who have an idea of a business, but it just never comes to fruition?
I'm so glad you asked that question because I wanted to explain that. First of all, everyone has ideas and stuff. Go with that idea. For me, it was in 2014 when they stopped, doing all of the sports games. I was devastated, and I wanted to keep playing the sports games. And I kept saying to myself, someone is smarter than me because they lost billions of dollars. So someone is going to do that. They're not smarter than you. You're smarter, I promise. The other thing that made it different is, again, so I'm so glad you asked that question. Go with the idea, and then there was a concept in business where people said, nothing is new. Everyone is going to build the same thing, just a little bit different. Also a lie.
Yeah.
Go with what you think to do it.
In other words, do you think you're in a target-rich environment? I mean, do you think that it's accessible around the oldsters like us, or do you think you have to have a new paradigm shift and just start it with your age group?
Can you rephrase that?
Well, what I'm saying is, look, the status quo is there's a bunch of old guys like us in business, and you guys are entering into the world, and you're going to be the next business leaders. And when you say to me, I don't know if I could do it, you realize we were knuckleheads. We have imposter syndrome all day long. I hope nobody finds out that we're here because we had the same thoughts and fears. My question is, what's impeding you? Is the impediment the fact that we're here and we don't encourage you, or is the impediment just you got to figure it out?
I think that could be part of it, but I think since our generation, Gen Z, has grown up with technology and you guys haven't, the internet, there's just a lot of social things that went into that too, where I think our generation just has a lot more self-doubt.
Wow, that's it. Because nobody posts on Facebook, gained 30 pounds today and it fell bankrupt. Seriously, because it's all about. It's all about perspective.
What I was going to say. So you guys, we were talking earlier and we're saying, and it's true. They tell you be a lawyer. They tell you do this, and things are almost the same kind of status quo. What I would say, contrary to that, is I think there are more opportunities. You just need to know how to use them. So I use AI all the time. But I don't just say, what's a business, what's this? I literally spend as much detailed time, and I use it as almost there are 30 people, and I'm like, well, how do I research this? So I think that there's so much more opportunity because I didn't have AI, obviously, to figure out what the research is. I had to go get the books and Google and beg people to send me reports on what.
Hey, Lavell, did you have self-doubt?
Of course, absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a little bit.
Don't let anyone lie and say you don't have self-doubt. I still have self-doubt.
We all do.
Imposter syndrome, we all have it. There's something external influence. So they're very focused on external influence because of all the technology shows everyone on Instagram and TikTok having a great time and being super successful. And so the data shows that they're very concerned about what others might think of them. And so to your point is...
Guilty as charged.
Right, yeah, guilty as charged. And so they're trying to figure out who am I in a way that shows up as confident, really confident, so they can take the step. I think they're aware that there's so much more opportunity. Yeah. They're also aware there's so much competition.
Is there an appetite for mentorship? Someone coming in and sponsoring you or showing you the ropes, or is that we're too the divide is too large?
Who wants help? Sully's question. Who wants help? Let's see a show of hands. Who wants help in terms of having mentors and coaches to help you get to where you are? Yeah, I just want you to see that.
But who thinks
that's all of them?
But my question would be: do you think that we're too disconnected as an age group and as an experiential group to help you?
Can we help you? Show of hands. Do you think we can help you?
Well, you also have to define. We need to know what that help looks like or what sounds like in your mind?
Right, and I think that's the best question. Who can actually say that clearly and know exactly what you want?
Yeah.
And if I asked you who thinks they could really ask for what they need and get it immediately and ask for it clearly?
But I think another point saying, don't be scared to ask.
Right,
I asked
Please
everybody.
ask. Well,
I still ask.
That's why your business is successful.
And I just, because, again, I'd rather ask and there's a lot of people who have done things ahead of me that'll make that path.
I think lesser people than you have accomplished great things. Yeah. And I think that's
you see the divide right there.
Yeah.
They want the help, they need the help, they don't know how to ask for the help, and they're not so sure that we're going to give it to them if they ask for it. And so it's just hard.
Yeah. Who would think that you would go from playing John Madden football to owning the Denver Broncos? I think that's
Thank you to our good buddy Dan Negroni today and his wonderful class.
We're not done. We have another guest.
Lavell Juan Malloy II and Laura Selecki, Vice President of National Accounts for Bebemos Tequila. In over 175 countries, all the ships at sea, you can hear us on the American Forces Radio Network. And as always, a shout out to our brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Shout out to the Day Trader Trio right there on stage. Beautiful day here inside the Loft 100 studios. Live audience, always the best. Back here at the bar, it is Costa, it's Maribert Godwin, it is Sully, it is Lavell Juan Malloy II, and the great Dan Negroni. As we continue.
85 million TV homes in the U.S., of course. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Dan, for you, when you agree to be a professor, because I've known you when you were.
I like being a professor. I don't know if I'm great at it. Neither do they yet.
Wait a second. Every class, is he a good teacher?
They don't know yet. The truth is, they don't know.
Well, you're the most handsome. You're the most handsome man over the age of 70.
Depends on if he gives them tonight off.
Yeah.
Lavell, what's interesting about the reason I wanted you on today is because I believe the way these guys think. I always wanted a roadmap. Like, okay, but you did this, but then how'd you do that, right? And I think that was lost in part of my culture in terms of entrepreneurship is because people are looking for an exit versus how to execute a good plan.
Yeah.
Dan keeps saying they want a roadmap on am I accurate by saying that?
Yeah, I would say work is broken.
Yeah.
It's different now. They don't trust us. The economy, the way it is for them, the way they're going to come up, it's completely different than the opportunities we had, and it's much harder.
Yeah.
And then they have the addiction of this technology, and so it's super different, and they want to know, how do I navigate it? And when we were younger, back in the, in the 30s.
We were big in the 80s, right. Now we're big and we're 80.
When we were younger, there was a path. There was more mentorship. You became a lawyer. You became a doctor. You didn't have all these different opportunities. You didn't have all these entrepreneurial ideas pulling at you. You didn't have all this connectivity. And it's just different. And they just need help.
Do you remember what you wanted in college? Like what the goal was?
Money.
I remember. Money. It was $50,000 a year.
No.
Right? That was like the bar back then.
But
Yeah.
I mean, because that was like $50K, get a job. And that is so beyond comprehension of a lot of folks.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted an education. I grew up in a really poor family, and I wanted to work myself out, and I became a lawyer, and I had to make it. And to me, there was, nothing would get in the path of making it. I think they have a lot more opportunity and access to different things they can do. They care about purpose, they care about meaning, and they want it all, and they should have it all.
Well, I wanted Lavell on because, he's CEO of a publicly traded company on NASDAQ, okay? Which, by the way, is different than owning a deli. Okay? I mean, he's got shareholders, he's got a board of directors, he's got the SEC, he's got FINRA, he's got a report, but he also has to run a business. And what's interesting is that I think there's a Me Too factor with you, where although it wasn't simple to get where you are, it's anybody could sort of, if they have the right sort of thought process, can make this attempt. And I thought, you're exactly what the doctor ordered, because you give me hope for the youth, because as they're staring at their faded Hope and Change poster downstairs in the alley. You have a question?
Yes.
What's your name?
Mike. My name is Mike. I have a confession to make first and foremost. I am not a Gen Zer, so just so you know. No, I'm a millennial. I'm a father. I have 3 kids. One's a Gen Zer and 2 are Gen Alphas. Gen Alphas? Yeah.
Gen Alpha?
Gen Alpha.
That's what Mike is.
It's a thing.
Mike knows it. Mike could teach the class.
Mike could do a show.
You gotta pay me more. So no, my question is, my family, we game every night, right? All right, that's a thing. You know, we're competitive. We do everything. And we also do sports as well. But you know, how are you prepping your company with whatever you're comfortable, you know, talking about? I know you're a publicly traded company, but how are you prepping for Gen Alpha? And because you know, shifts come really quick, sometimes unexpectedly. Are you looking down the road for that, and how are you preparing?
Hey, Mike, you're hired, by the way.
Great question.
Sergeant at Arms.
Good question.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So it's the same metrics, you know, but people come in college, they come out of college, and they graduate. And, you know, what I tried to do is keep people the same things that attract them. So, you know, a lot of it's allegiance to your school. You know, a lot of it's, you know, those things. I say this every single time I'm on every interview whatsoever, because I remember that. You know, it's like, you know, you remember your football team that's going to be against it. You remember, you know, you share these same things. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to do this. You have these things that are just interesting to you that they're giving you. So that's how I connect. We did a alumni thing, which was one of the most successful things we have.
A subset of a subset?
A subset of a subset.
another client base.
So, and I think, you know, we're doing a lot of different things now. And this is, you know, we're a public company, but this is still the beginning. And I think what you do is, again, you take the same base, you listen to it, but then you evolve. You put financial rails on. So let's
talk about that. So you've got this base, you've got this service, and you thought to yourself, okay, what's next? You said financial rails.
Yeah.
Talk about House of Doge and Dogecoin. Because
so we're doing a merger, and one of the reasons why I like the merger is because now I can give my audience and other people financial rails. So one of the things I looked at is I said, okay, great. We have this community. In essence, it's really entertainment. It's fun. It gives you access to things. But I wanted to put education on there. So we partner with, you know, Learfield Communications, which, you know, is good, but we want to work with all schools and then start building different master classes and stuff in there. For the merger that we're starting to do, you know, huge merger, really big names, you know, least thing was important to me. What was important to me is that we're putting payment processing centers. We're using blockchain. We're using things that people can now access, save money, build up credit, and do more things like that. That's how to answer your question again, we're just trying to give the community more of what they want and more efficient.
So what you've created in this is an enterprise-wide solution for not just gaming, but the next thing. Now, do you guys sit back in the room and say, what else could we sell these guys? Because it really is brilliant. Because, I mean, why not serve it up to an active audience, right? I mean, isn't that marketing 101?
And it's true, yeah. It's like, again, people say it's simple. I say it's simple. It's not simple, but again, it is simple. Because what do you and your family want? You ask the question. I ask that question to people every single day. You know, it's like I can ask every single person here, what do they want? And I'm like, let me give you the fundamentals of what you want, and then the other stuff you can add in. And the goal is to have an entire ecosystem of what you want and a platform that you can use.
Hey, Lavell, when you say financial rails, can you describe that in plain English for them? Like, what is the benefit to them?
Yeah, so what I mean by that, so when I was in college, everyone targeted you and gave you all these credit cards, and they didn't explain anything to you, and then they say, great, take all this stuff, and it was all this interest, and no one explained anything. So, you know, what I want to do is I say, okay, obviously credit is super important, it's the future, so let's alleviate this 20, 30% interest we have here. Let's put up, you know, what I mean by payment processing things, we want to actually issue debit cards, credit cards, from our partner where people can use and they don't have to spend any of that stuff. So it's just safer, it's more efficient, and they knock out all that, you know, 20, 30% if you're late or whatever in that.
Hey, Mike.
And you can do that. That's the thing. When people ask you cannot do that, you can do that now.
Hey, Mike and Mary and Dan.
Yeah.
We are officially 900 years old.
We are. Lavell Juan Malloy II, CEO, co-founder, Bragg House. Ticker symbol is TBH. Could also be, what is it? What did Elvis used to say? TCB, taking care of business.
Mike just got here.